Wondering what to write about, trying to figure out what it's all about. Existentialist, am I worth anything or just discount? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know.
That was great. Sounds Watts with Outside on WNHH LP 103.5 FM New Haven. Myself, Preston, with New England Music Award winner, great father, great person, influential somebody in this world, struck and back by my words, my bearded brother, Mr. EZ BlueZ. You are always better with introductions more than me. What is the topic we're going to be talking about today?
You know, they say you can't teach an old dog new tricks, but what you can do is you can help expand the way things are looked at and the way things are thought about, where you change your mindset. Changing your mindset is one of the most important things you can do, because if not, you can get stuck in that huge rut, you know, that just never, ever, 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 ever get out of if you cannot change your mindset. Now, what do we mean when we say change your mindset? What do you mean when you say change your mindset, P?
Prove with my actions, not my words.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Now, could it be also be something as simple as changing the way you think about a certain situation, or, you know, where you try to not necessarily look at more the positive side of it, but also look at more of how you can get out of the situation instead of while you're stuck in the situation?
That is true. I can definitely look at it through criticism.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I can not let a lot of stuff get to me personally. I
Right.
can look what I did in the past that was incorrect and just correct those ways just one step at a time. Don't try to rush it, because it's something that I'm trying to do for a lifestyle, not just temporary.
Right. Well, that's one of the most incredible things, and I absolutely love what you're doing as you're changing up the way that you're, you know, living life a little bit more towards the happy and nurturing side of how things are, and taking care of yourself. It's something that took a while to do. What was the final straw that broke the camel for you?
Sick of every day being the same.
Mm, okay.
Um, and don't get me wrong, I'm not fully there yet, but I will get there. And I'm not putting a time restraint on myself. I need to get this done in 2, 3 years. I don't know what's going to happen in
Right.
2 to 3 years from now. I just want to focus on the present so my future self can be okay.
That's one of the most key things is a lot of people, you know, who are either depressed or anxious are spending too much time living in the past or living in the future, and
Mhm.
not enough time living in the actual now itself. What
Yeah.
kind of advice can you give them to help them live in the now? Because for a lot of people, you're talking like it's a foreign language.
Um, I don't know. I think the best advice you can get is pretty much inside your own head. Everybody really knows what to do. Not a lot of people put enough time to work on it, because we're wasting too many time just like looking at different quotes, different sayings, asking people advice when we really don't need to. We already know the right steps of what we need to what we need to do to move forward. If I can barely speak, we already know how, or like what, just to get in there just a little bit, not everything. We don't know everything. No one knows
Right.
everything, but we know just the basic essentials to have that mindset, just to change it around, to have your life, or have the way of you thinking, which is a better way of me explaining this, better way of thinking, just to move forward,
Right.
in my opinion.
Now, for a lot of people, that would take a very strong sense of discernment.
Mm-hmm.
What do you use for your discernment piece? Because a lot of us live with intrusive thoughts in our heads. It happens all the time. Some of us are medicated for it. Some of them go to therapy for it. Some of them just deal with it the way that it is.
Yeah.
How do you navigate through the intrusive thoughts while you're trying to change and your mindset? And exactly how do you discern between the two?
For me personally, I put a time restraint on my social media.
Mm,
I don't really get on YouTube too much. I try to stay away, like at least from Instagram or Facebook. I have a certain amount of time that I put into it at least 2 times a day. I try not to be there at least throughout the whole day, just mindlessly scrolling. One thing that I saw, it was actually, I think one thing I like is either a video or like a message that I saw. A lot of people like to mentally masturbate.
mm-hmm.
We go
Okay.
around trying to look for like all these advice and all these quotes to make ourselves feel better, and we're not really putting action into it.
Right.
Um, So that's one method, just getting away from social media, getting away from my phone. Another way is being aware of my surroundings, which I just did not do right now. I kind of knocked some bottles over.
That happens. It happens.
And exercising. Going out and exercising doesn't really have to take a lot, just like going outside in the morning and just walking, just getting away, spending more time with myself, learning to appreciate myself in my alone time, trying not to seek validation from others and seeing more validation for myself. That's a lot of ways that's been helping me. What are some ways that you help yourself?
Different ways that I navigate through it, because it's something that I struggle with immensely, because no matter how confident I might seem, or no matter how outgoing I might allure to, I still look at myself as that 9-year-old that, was just not good enough and not, thing there. So a lot of my mindset change comes from, trying to repackage that and reprogram that. A lot of the intrusive thoughts come from the, that same type of aspect. So for me, it's a matter of mining through. It takes a lot of discernment. Where it's a matter of if I can do it or can't do it. Really does depend on what it is in particular. Look, I'm never in my life going to run a 4-minute mile. I'm just not going to do it. You want to know why? Because I'm not going to put in the work. That's what it comes down to. I'm not going to put in the work to run a 4-minute mile because it's not important to me. What's important to me is making sure that I'm putting in the work to knock out that, write that song better, or learn how to market myself better, or learn how to perform better, push myself harder, play a different venue, different things like that. Understanding what you really truly want to put the work in for is probably one of the key things out there. And it's very difficult for the artists that are out there that, want to put their 100% into doing the art thing, because art doesn't pay. Just going to put it out there. Art doesn't, when you're doing the art aspect of it, you leave yourself open to a lot more criticism. You leave yourself open. Go ahead.
I disagree. I think art does pay. It's kind of like the situation of a water bottle. If you keep on selling the water bottle at the same place, you're going to get that same dollar. But if you go somewhere else, that water bottle is going to be like $5, $6, $8. So maybe the art will pay. It's just not where you're at right now.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But I do think the art pays. And they can pay mentally as well too.
Yeah. Well, that's the other thing, is you got to look at it for the way that it pays. So if you're looking for like an actual monetary payment of it, especially we'll say in the music industry, because the music industry is so jaded and it's so slighted against the artist itself, now dealing with the streaming aspects and all that, like the artist makes the least amount of money out of everyone that makes money out of the situation. Yeah. And it's been like that for decades. This is nothing new. It's just, this is the new format in which the artist is being exploited. And that's, again, that's what the music industry is. That's what it is. You got to figure out your way through it. All of those negatives about it, I'm still a musician. I'm always going to be a musician. I'm always going to make music because it's just who I am. So I have to find that balance between, what I want to do for financial employment and what I want to do for, like the spiritual or the emotional employment that I need to move forward. And, for me, it's always been more about finding the stability within the emotional aspect of things than the financial aspect of things, because I can make money come out of nowhere if I need to. Worst case scenario, I'll go to the corner store and knock it over. No, I'm just kidding. I'm not going to do that, folks. I'm just saying, in a worst case scenario, if we were, in the times of Mel Gibson and Thunderdome, then, I'm equipped for that. But right now we're in a civilized society, and I was just making a joke.
What was your favorite side hustle?
My favorite side hustle, honestly, my favorite side hustle was selling the opportunity to go to a restaurant.
Okay.
Mainly because it's so bizarre to go knock on people's door and, be like, hey, do you like such and such a restaurant? And they're like,
Yeah.
I don't even know what the heck's going on right now. Like, yeah, but when you go out to dinner, you spend more than $25, right? Yeah. Well, for $25 today, I can get you 15 buy one, get one free meals and yada, 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 yada. Oh, it's glorious. And you can convince someone to do that. Oh, it's so glorious. You're selling the opportunity. Now, this person might never leave the house, and for a lot of people, like I sold a lot to a lot of older people that never
Yeah.
left the house because they needed someone to talk to, and I happened to be there at that time.
Right.
But yeah, it's those type of games was great. I actually love retail. I'm one of the few people that actually loves retail, especially during the holiday season, because that's pure chaos. Oh, it's so good.
So during those holiday shopping times was the time that you were thriving.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
because first of all, your long day goes from like being an 8-hour shift to being 5 minutes because you're constantly moving. Plus, from working in record stores and stuff like that. Now I know this is a controversial name to say, but I remember, being working in a record store and watching a 90-year-old grandma fight with a 12-year-old kid over the P. Diddy CD. And it was the coolest thing I've ever seen in my entire life. Because, it's just fun for me.
We're never going to get that time back.
No, never going to get that time.
It was a time to be alive where people actually went to the store to buy CDs. And there was a list. Were you around during the listening stations where they had like the CDs up there and they put their headphones on and they heard like, what a good, 2-3 tracks out that album? That was pure nostalgia gold right there.
For my store, I actually designed the posters for the listening stations. Like
that's
some
cool.
ones that would pop out and different things like that. I would do all these stupid little tricks. Because I would get bored at work and I would make more creative things happen. They're like, here's like a half an hour. Go make this work. I'm like, okay, cool.
Now for that restaurant, now did you bring, how much money did you bring to the restaurant that you can say?
That I can say?
That you can honestly, say a good amount, yeah.
Honestly, I don't know if I brought any money to the restaurant. I don't know if anyone ever went and cashed in the coupons or stuff like that. I made a lot of money for myself. Because like I got a percentage of the ticket cost.
Okay.
So I made money for myself, which at that point in time in my life was the only thing that mattered. Was a matter of, making money so that I had a place to stay, so that, I had food on the table and different things like that. So that's really all that mattered back more in the selfish part of life where I thought it was all about the money and the and clothing and sneakers and I got to get those new sneakers because those new sneakers are the joint. Now I'm like, I need to get those good sneakers with the good soles in them so that like my feet don't hurt so much, I
haven't really been much of a sneakerhead. I've been really basic when it comes to my sneakers. I don't know if
my little brother.
I've been so basic with it.
Yeah,
no, my entire life. Yeah,
my little brother was a sneakerhead to the point where he used to have a different pair of Nikes to match every single one of his outfits.
Oh man!
And he wanted to own a construction company.
Yeah,
so that he could have a different car to match each one of his sneakers.
That's crazy.
That was his goal in life.
That's good. He needs a better mindset.
Yeah, well, he definitely did. R.I.P. little man.
Yeah, definitely. Rest in peace. Rest in peace.
But yeah, he definitely needed a better mindset. But he also was this kind of stuff that made him happy. Sometimes when you're in that mindset aspect of it and you want to change your mindset, you have to look at what in this life is going to make you happy. I go through this thing in my household all the time, at least twice a year,
right?
Where we edit. We go through all the stuff that we have and we're like, okay, does this give me joy? And if the answer doesn't come to me in like 3 seconds, then we go and we donate it somewhere or something like that.
That's cool. That's cool.
It's something that I do with the kids all the time. Because for the parents that understand, kids, they transition from toys through books, through all this different kind of stuff. And what they never get more of is space.
True. That is true.
So you've got to, know when it's time to pull the trigger on the action figures, and start, moving in musical instruments, or moving in, boy band pictures, or moving in, was that called? J-pop pictures on the wall or whatnot.
J-pop or K-pop?
K-pop, J-pop, W-pop, I don't know.
I can't keep up.
Soda pop, what's one of those pops?
Gotcha.
I think it's K-pop and J-pop, and I'm sure someone in the comment right now is angrily typing, "He means this, bro," and I'm okay with it. That's fine.
I actually don't think they're commenting. I think they're with us. There's so much genres out there, man. We can't really keep up nowadays.
Right. It's true. It's true.
But for one of my favorite side hustles, that gave me a little better mindset when I was a young one, I think I can say that now. Was candy. I bought at least like a pack of candy from my local corner store, and I just went to any camp or any playground back then, and I doubled the price.
Yep.
So, but like it's crazy because before inflation and when prices were reasonable, back in the 90s.
Yeah.
I remember when the M&Ms and like the Snickers are like 50 cents each. So I raised that price to $1. So I was getting it, and I had like those little 2 big packets. I think they were about like 20 in each packet that I got from the store at the time. And I just went to like different playgrounds and camps, and then I doubled that price. So I at least came back with around 80 to at least $80 to $90, because people did leave tips back then too.
Yeah, of course.
So it was definitely beneficial for me. So I saved up stuff like for video game systems and like toys I wanted when I was little, and that was really great for me. But it really taught me the cost of $1. It definitely set me up financially when I was younger back then. And I did this like probably, I believe, like a little bit before 10 years old. Because because I wanted to get at least like a little bit of money for myself. I didn't want to nag my mother or my father. Can I get this amount of money for this certain time? Because I want this. I want to see if I can get money for myself. And it really turned out beneficial for me.
See, that's first of all, I commend you on your work ethic there. At 8 and 9 years old, and furthermore, I was more exploiting my mom's boyfriends to get me what I wanted.
Oh Lord.
That was a great hustle. I'm like, oh, you want to date my mom? I want a new pack of baseball cards.
Yo,
you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Yo, dude. Oh yeah. I was like, you want my approval? I want Nathan's. You know what I'm saying? Oh yeah, dude. Yeah.
I mean, if it worked out.
It did. I got to go see Die Hard.
Oh. At what age?
In the theater.
That's another topic. On WNHHLP 103.5 FM New Haven, myself, Preston, and my partner in crime, Long Island raised, Elm City, Maine, Mr. EZ BlueZ. The topic is better mindsets. Easy as he tastes his spinach. What was you about to say?
Well, no, it's one of those different aspects of how you can play this game of life itself, because no matter what, it is a game, or at least it kind of has to be. To move forward, because the rules make absolutely no sense. And they're always contradictory and all this kind of stuff. You just got to figure out how to make your own way through that. One of the top things that I try to do when figuring out how to make my own way through that is really think about what is giving me joy at the moment. There's been times where I've walked out of places of employment without having another employment option there, just because the place wasn't giving me enjoyment, and it was depleting my soul, and my soul is worth more than your minimum wage or whatever I was making an hour. So it's something that I look at all the time, something that I continuously will evaluate.
Right.
I love being at School of Rock. I think I could actually volunteer at School of Rock, and I would be just as happy as I am getting paid at being at School of Rock. So
that's an awesome feeling.
Yeah, that is pretty cool. I have to say, but these are the different things that we learn as we grow. Everyone in my life told me I was going to be a teacher. The only one who didn't think I was going to be a teacher was me. I was like, no, I don't like school.
Well, I think everybody likes school. It's just the environment. It's
Mm,
probably the environment, it's probably that certain person or those certain individuals that make going there not cool for you. But like
right,
once you go to an institution that, makes you feel good,
right,
school's awesome to go to. So like you're around music, you're around
right.
kids who want to be involved with music. Music is in your blood, you love it.
Mhm.
And so that just gives you a great dopamine inside. And then,
Right.
you pass it on to the kids. You probably see like little easy blues running around in the area and it makes you happy, right?
Exactly, exactly. You
Mhm.
can see these little kids, explore and discover, the wonders of music and the wonders
Mhm.
of figuring out. Like one of the, we were doing the song "Peaches" in the rookies
Mhm.
class, and the minute one of the kids realized that he was actually playing it on guitar,
Right.
he was just playing a single note, but he
Mhm.
was playing it on the guitar. He was the happiest he's ever been in his entire life. You just watched it just click in his head, like, this is music. This is
Cool.
amazing.
That's
You
awesome.
know, and it's incredible to sit and watch that. And I'm watching that so much more, especially like in the Rock 101 classes where you get to see these kids actually practicing, the different songs and stuff. So by the end of the season, where the song that they were struggling with on day one, they're playing in front of a crowd of people on a stage. It is by far one of the coolest things to see.
What's the next show?
Well, actually, the Rock 101 show is this tomorrow.
Oh wow. So you got a busy day
Um,
tomorrow.
yeah, I got a busy day tomorrow. That's the Rock 101 show. Uh,
Okay.
Rock 101 shows tomorrow, and then I'm
Mhm.
going, and then I'm going to that special event that we were invited to.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
So that's gonna be dope. And then I'll be working my last shift at the beer racks on Sunday.
So Monday you're gonna be out.
Monday, 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 I'm gonna be tired. I'm gonna be like napping, or I mean, we can do a live show. That's fine.
Um, I got some stuff I can edit, to
Okay,
give to the big dog. I just didn't have any time, man. I think this past week I just been swarmed just with life. But me
right.
keeping a better mindset, I gotta give the people what they want, which is more shows of us. Whoever's
Yeah.
very faithful to our rambling here.
I also got to say, it was
Yeah.
really interesting. We got a lot of really good reviews on the three nerds venting.
Yeah, that's gonna be a little bi-weekly thing. Terrence
Yeah,
is a little happy about that. So, he can get his it's his therapy of being a nerd. He wants to get that out there. So we're kind of helping him. We're his free therapist
that's
for on
fine.
air time.
That's fine because that
So he
was
can
fun.
vent,
That was
so
fun
he
as
can vent
anything.
what he likes, dislikes, and everything just
Mhm.
about movies. So I think it'll be a really fun experience to just throughout the program. So it's
Yeah,
very nice. Um, but back to the topic at hand. I think the school and just everything around you is giving you a better mindset. Just networking with people
yeah.
and actually talking to people with kids, because
Mhm.
believe it or not, actually believe it, because we've seen it every day. A lot of people don't know how to talk to kids. A lot of people
Mhm.
do not know how to react to children. So like
Mhm.
you just being patient and just like working with those young prospective minds and seeing the future,
Yeah,
it's definitely a humbling experience because like one, you're a parent, so you have an idea, but now you're dealing with kids outside of your home, so
yeah.
that has to take another responsibility because you can't talk to somebody's kids like you talk to your kids. It's a different
Word.
language, it really is.
Well, one of the key
Because you know
things
both
is,
sides. Yeah.
yeah. Well, exactly, exactly, and it's pretty much also kind of like being on the show.
Yeah.
You and I have had 1.5 million conversations, but when we're on the radio show, we make sure that those conversations don't have certain topics or certain word verbiage that we shouldn't be saying on air.
No, that we can't say
Um,
at all.
exactly. Um, so you have to kind of like adjust, and it's the same thing. Yes, I do not speak to the kids of School of Rock the way that I speak to my own children. Um, if you've seen me out with my own children, you'll understand why, because my own
Yeah.
children are grown.
Yeah.
They're 14, they're going to be 15 at the end of August.
It's crazy.
My daughter's going to be 18 in March. You know,
Crazy.
my kids are grown. I can have grown conversations with my kids.
That's right.
I can't have a grown conversation with a 5-year-old. I have
You
to have that
cannot.
conversation of like, yo, how was your day? And I look at it like this: is it's all kind of like these are my homies.
Yeah.
You know, they're just my new homies, and we're just here to hang out and be homies for like an hour. And that kind of like how things go on from there. Because if nothing else, I know that they're having fun because I'm having a blast.
That's awesome.
You know what I mean?
That's awesome.
So, you know, when during the rookies class, when we have the dance party time, if I'm in a dancing mood, we'll dance for a good 20 minutes, just dancing up a storm and being ridiculous. And the kids sit there and try to do all the floor work that they see in the breakdancing things, and they fail at it. And it's so adorable. If you have not seen a 5-year-old try to do like the leg sweep kind of thing, oh, dude, yeah, I'm telling you. It's life rewarding.
What kind of homework assignments you give to the children?
The different type of if for my independent lessons, I give them pieces of the song and different stuff like that. Plus, they have to listen to their playlist, and they've got to like try to commit their songs into memory and like try to get them off of book, which means no lyrics, as quick as possible. So that's their kind of homework. But like with the rookies class, where it's really just about the appreciation of music, I assign them homework like ask your parents what their favorite song is, and then listen to it with them. You know, and I want you to tell me what instruments are in that song.
Okay.
And
that's fair.
9 times out of 10 they forget because it's a week and they're 5. You know what I mean? Like, so I don't expect them to retain it. And the 1 or 2 times that they'll come through and be like, oh, I talked to my dad and his favorite song is this, and that has a ukulele in it. And I'm like, wow, that's awesome. There's no ukulele in that song, but still, it's awesome. You know?
Now, mentally, I see that the kids is working out for you. I see your schedule's working out for you. I see, you know, talking to your family. Well, we didn't really like discuss it, but talking to your family and, you know, seeing them grow is good for you mentally, giving you a better mindset. But physically, what do you do for a better mindset? Like, are you exercising? What better ways are you just taking care of yourself? What better ways are you taking care of easy?
Lots of spinach.
Besides spinach.
No, you know, I'm out there. Definitely, I'm gonna get out there and start walking more. That's one of the key things. I love walking, and that's something that I got away from after the pandemic. Because during the pandemic, I love to walk. Walking through New Haven is great, especially when
it was so fun. It was like a lot of people. Some people don't realize, like, don't get me wrong, it was horrible. It was horrible how it started. It was horrible, you know, all those things that happened. We don't want another pandemic. We really don't.
No.
But just the positives out of it, just even just walking through downtown New Haven, just like in the rain. Not like thunderstorm rain, but like when it was drizzling, like nice and peaceful outside. One time I was walking, it was just so peaceful, just seeing everything just empty, and it just it's really difficult to describe because it would to me it was like a euphoric feeling. Because like when you just walk out and just see like just the beauty of the city and just the architecture, you don't really peep that out. You know, some things you don't really see. I'm trying to make my verbiage a little bit better to have a better mindset. Work on my vocabulary. That's another thing I'm trying to do. But just to see just like the amazing amount of architecture and stuff like throughout New Haven, just like to really like get a good look at it and walk around was just great. I remember some of the photographers we were interviewing just throughout these years. It was just like a playground for them, just like to go around and just seeing some of the great artwork and stuff. Because New Haven has like a lot of great stuff just to see just around, and it was really beautiful. I remember going through Edgewood Park. Just like near empty, and it was just great seeing just like the little lakes and just like the ducks run around and doing their own thing, and we just can't get that back. We can't get that back.
You can't get that back.
Trust me, I don't want it back because like all the horrible things that happen. I just want to state that again because I don't want people to think something crazy, but
Yeah.
Those moments with that was really good, you know?
No, there was really, really cool moments. And
Mm.
actually, I remember going on social media and speaking about some of those moments, like,
Right.
walking through New Haven, during the pandemic, while listening to Seth Adam, uh, Anytown.
Yeah.
It was just a surreal moment to sit and to walk through and to see, life in still motion.
Mm.
Where you can go down to the other side of Edgewood Park where they have the pond, and sit in front of there forever and not have to worry about another person walking by, or you know running into someone doing something nefarious, behind a tree or in front of a tree or to a tree. It's always nice to see.
All right, so we got walking,
Mhm.
and we got the other thing you do. Um, any other techniques you feel that are working out for you? How about your practice? Is that working out
Well,
for you? Like the music?
yeah,
Yeah,
that always works out good too. Is just the practice, because we practice the way that we perform.
mm,
So it's like I'm doing a show anyway.
of course.
Except it's 4 hours of like intensive cardiovascular
I was gonna say cardio.
activity.
I was gonna say cardio.
It's
You took the word right out of
intensive
my
cardio,
brain. Yeah.
and then it's even worse when the elevator doesn't work in the building, and you got to go up 5 flights of stairs and down 5 flights of
Right.
stairs. And sometimes the lights don't work at night on one of the stairwells, and you get down the stairs by hoping.
Now it's the same place. I thought you
Yeah.
had to move to another location.
No, 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 no. We almost had to,
You almost had to, so everything worked
but
out.
well, I mean, it worked out for us. It didn't work. It didn't work out for the. It didn't
That's
work out for the
unfortunate.
corporations that were trying to get involved. Um,
Oh, okay,
but
okay, okay, okay.
it worked out. It worked out for all the regular people.
I got you.
So, and it's we have to understand that it's a finite
Mm.
um timetable. Like, as sooner or later,
Mm.
the owner is going to get enough, going to have enough of the nonsense, and he's just going to let the property go to waste.
Man.
Yeah.
So he's just letting people just use the rooms. He's not like renovating anything, and he's
No, he's
not.
not renovating. No, not renovating.
Oh,
No.
that's a shame. That's a
Yeah.
shame.
Yeah. Yeah, I think he's waiting for everyone on the fifth floor's leases to be up, and then just try to like rent them onto the first floor, because I think he could stay in operation if he didn't have to repair the elevator so much. And that's not even a joke, dude. That's not even me being funny. I'm dead serious.
Well, back to the band practice.
No, practice. First of all,
Yeah.
practice is incredible because
Mm.
I get to meet up with 3 of my best friends in the world,
That's cool.
and we just get to hang out and have a good time and
Mm.
get weird and get wacky and create and not have to worry about anything else. We love having a practice space because it's not like we're going to anyone else's home. That's the band's home. It's where all 4 of us have an equal share of that home, and that's the most beautiful thing about it. And that works out the best for our creative journey. Like I said, we know that that's finite, and there will be looking for another space at some point in time.
Mm-hmm.
Don't know. It could be tomorrow. Could be 17 years from now.
Right.
It just really all depends on how things go. And we're down for the ride no matter which way that it goes. But really, when practicing, because I practice the way that I perform, so I will give it my all. I love breaking a sweat at practice. It's one of the most fun things I could possibly do. Plus, if you're having a bad day, letting out the primal scream
Mm-hmm.
is so important. And now that we've brought some extra songs back into our vernacular, the primal scream gets to come out now live again, which is dope. So.
For a person who is an artist,
Mm-hmm.
and for what I'm gonna try to break down this question the best way I can. I'm not perfect, and I'm totally
No one
proud
is.
about not being perfect. But what's the difference between not rushing something
Mm-hmm.
and just pure procrastination. Because a lot of
Oh,
people get the two messed up, in my opinion.
not rushing something is working on something until it's done.
Mm,
Procrastinating is having something there that's supposed to be worked on,
right.
and it's just over there.
Do you feel a lot of independent musicians mix up the two a lot? Because like there's some type of products we wait, what, 2, 3, 4, and then like maybe some years, and then like us as the bystander, us
Mhm.
as just a casual fan who like wants to support, feel that like what's going on. We have
Right.
numerous thoughts in our head with this.
But you also have to look at
Yeah,
what's their touring schedule like. What's
true.
how's the road been for them these past couple of years? Have
Yeah.
they been on the road 300 out of the 365 days?
Hmm.
And I don't expect them to release another record in 65 days, especially if those are the
Right.
only 65 days they have off. Go be with your family.
Of
Go,
course.
make mad passionate love with your significant other. Do something crazy. You know, those type of things you have to factor in as well. So sometimes I think the consumer looks at it as procrastination, but I don't look at procrastination by not using those 65 days you had off to create the next thing as
Mm.
procrastination. I look at that as taking the time for you to heal so that you can go back on the road and knock it out those next 300 days.
My last question, just about your music on WNHHLP 103.5 FM New Haven, is not solely just for the band that you are a part of, but for
Mm-hmm.
you.
Mm-hmm.
What way you can have a better mindset than you do already
Mm-hmm.
individually to contribute to the band you're a part with?
You have to get to the point where it's not a matter of worry.
Mm,
Like, I'm not worried that the band is going to be able to ever pay for to substantiate the way that I live or exist. I create art,
right.
and that's what it comes down to. And
Mm,
it's one of those things. It's the field of dreams. If you build it, they will come.
of
If you
course.
create art and you put it out there, the right audience will find you.
Mm, of
You have to market it. You have to put money behind marketing and different things like that, so people know where
course.
to look to find you. Um, but they will find you, and I'm pretty confident in this record that people will find us, and it's really dope. Apple for Artists now has a thing where it tells you when you're played on the radio,
Mm.
which is cool. And it actually said the past 3 days we've been played on WNHH 103.5 FM. It's been really dope to know that our home station loves us so much and takes care of us.
That's great. That's great.
Yeah.
Um, So pretty much not really worrying about the next step because the next step will get there. That's
Mm-hmm.
my interpretation, what you just said. And just for me, individually, just my scheduling. My
Right.
schedule is like a little bit messed up. I think I need for me to have a better mindset, is not to overthink my schedule. Maybe plan my schedule a little bit more in advance
Mm-hmm.
wise, just like to do some stuff and not really be too worried if people don't respond back to me
Right.
about
Word.
scheduling some stuff. I'm not going to say any names.
Word.
We'll keep that silent and just really not let it get to me. I can plan some stuff out. And like what you're doing right now, I think you're better scheduling your time as you
I
on your
am. I'm actually answering a comment.
enter you're answering a comment.
Yes.
Oh God, what did they have to say?
No, nothing wrong. They wanted to know exactly where I was located.
Okay, that sounds a little creepy or scary.
Not for me. I'm used to it by now.
Oh my goodness, that's another show. My God. My God. Oh my goodness.
When you have
I
people
hope
go
you will
onto
be
like your
okay. I really
Amazon,
do.
yeah, no. When you have people go on your Amazon wish list and like send you stuff, you can
Right.
hide your address. So I'm just kind of used to it. I've
Okay.
had stuff sent to me. I get shirts and stuff sent to me all the time.
Oh, for
So
the mailbox thing.
yeah,
I
yeah.
really like that. I really like what you do with that. Are more mailbox videos coming soon?
I do. I got a Kevin Smith one coming. I don't know. I can't say it on air, but I got the Chuli's gum shirt.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Now from
So
the team or from the actual Kevin Smith?
from the shop,
I got figured.
from his from they had a contest on his shop, and I won the
Mm.
contest.
Oh, you
So
won.
of course,
That's beautiful.
yeah. It's not hard. I think like everybody actually wins.
Well, it was one of those little contribution contests.
Yeah, it's one of those little contribution contests.
Oh
You
my
know,
goodness.
whatever. It's fun. I like the shirt. So
I'm not mad at it. I'm not
yeah,
mad. I really am not mad.
yeah.
I'm
So
not mad.
we'll be doing some more of those
That's
unboxings,
good.
and I think in August, we'll do some more unboxings as well. Plus, when I start to go out to more shows, like you'll see an unboxing next week for Old Self's new EP, because I'm
That's
going to
good.
get it tonight at his show. And I'll have the tape, and I'll do like an unboxing for it, stuff like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Um, what are ways you could be a better networker for a better mindset?
Networking for me has always been something that's a little bit easier.
Mhm.
My main thing is I have to be more organized with it. I have
Mm.
to like actually write down. Um, I'm probably going to start carrying like a little book, and writing down the names and the different aspects of there, because it's just putting in my phone. I've realized I have numbers in my phone that I'm never going to contact, and I don't even remember who
Mm.
the person is. um,
You save the numbers or you don't?
I save the numbers and I
Mm.
save the name, but I don't remember.
Oh,
I don't
oh,
leave a
okay.
note or something like that
Okay,
in there. I
that's
should
different.
probably leave a note like, this is from who so and so, and blah 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 blah. Like our good
Right.
friend, Mr. I want to say Robinson from Nebco.
Oh, Jamal Robinson. Yeah, he's a great guy.
Yeah, yeah.
Mm.
I have his contact information, and I don't even remember why.
Um, for me, I think the problem is deleting numbers because I got so many.
Right. Yep.
And I'm afraid if I delete the number, that person, I don't know, it's like a little fear in your head. Like, when you feel like if you delete that number, that person's probably
Mhm.
going to send you a random message and you don't want to be rude. So
Yep.
like, I think yeah, I kind of double think those things. And then I become a hoarder when it comes to like a lot of my numbers that I still have. I feel I need to delete like at least like 50 to 75 contacts because those people never, ever contact me, you know?
Yep.
So I feel I got to
But
clear my phone. Yeah.
the minute you take it off, though, is the minute that
I'm a,
they're gonna hit you up, and you be like, new phone, who this?
yeah, probably like it'll probably be for one of the most silliest things they're gonna hit me up with is one of those
Exactly.
things, in my opinion.
Exactly. Exactly. So like the comment wanted to know how far we were from Brookfield.
Oh, for the Amazon thing?
Well, no, this was just something different. This was just
Oh,
somebody.
okay.
This was a comment. They wanted to know how far we were from Brookfield CT, and I said, "Well, we're in New Haven, so we're about an hour away." So I had
Oh,
to look
okay.
up for what that was. I wasn't telling them exactly where we are. Like I'm not giving them the home address, homie. Come on now. Even your
I
Amazon,
didn't think
even
you
my
were doing
Amazon
that.
wish,
I didn't
yeah,
think you were
even my
doing that.
Amazon wish list has a hidden address on there.
I didn't think you
Uh,
were doing that. I'm a little bit
yeah,
jealous you got an Amazon wish list and people are sending you stuff.
dude, that's where I got my nail polish from.
I forgot. Oh, yeah, where'd you get nail polish from? I forgot
That's
you
where I
even
got my
have
nail polish.
I forgot that you use nail polish. That's the one
Oh
of the
yeah,
crazy.
it's because it's first of all it's been a while since I painted them. I got to get back to painting them because
Right.
I had actually broken a nail or two. Um, but also because I paint them so regularly, it
Hmm.
just becomes like an everyday thing. People are like, oh yeah, it is what it is. The different aspect. They're like, oh, those are really cool, and they go about my day. So
I think one of the hardest parts about being just a great networker is I think staying consistent to talking
mhm,
to all these people.
right,
Like when I just look back, just like out of just my experience, just alone,
mhm,
because there's so many. Because you want to talk to everybody
right,
when you're at that event or you're just wherever,
mhm,
because maybe some people, and because you got to just read the energy too. You really
Right.
got to read energy well when it comes like to getting a better mindset, and just like when you talk to people and negotiate some things. Like some people don't need to be talked to. Some people don't want to be bothered. Some people will talk to you way too much, and you're trying to get in contact with that next person. So it's like a mental balance when you're just reaching out to like those certain individuals when you want to just like get that certain goal or accomplish with them. I even seen different events and different musical shows you've been to where you were talking to different people, and then you were just like trying to get on to the next one, like to reach to a certain goal, and you couldn't.
Yep.
Either you were you were reading the message wrong with somebody, or somebody was going way off the topic you were just trying to talk about in the first place.
Yep.
It's definitely a seesaw.
No, it definitely is. And you have to understand that, when you're dealing with other people, you have to let them have information and let them kind of, expand into their little worlds as well. So you have to, lead, like we say it all the time, everything is about planning. One of the reasons why our festival went off so well is because we had it planned so well that when it went all to garbage, it was like, nope, but we're okay because the human aspect will get in the way of that. The human aspect is something that you're never going to be able to predict. Someday someone's going to do something that's just completely off of left field, and we get caught up in that human aspect. There's been many times I've been stuck in the human aspect of the conversation. We learned that at the Bridgeport Film Festival. What was the main lesson we learned at the Bridgeport Film Festival, P?
Tell me.
Never look crazy directly in the eye.
Oh, that was different. I thought they were talking about something else.
No. But like,
I legitimately thought everything went well. What we did there.
Oh yeah, no, it went fantastic. It went absolutely incredible. But there's just some people that you can't look them directly in the eye because they're going to talk to you for 45 minutes, and you have like 5 minutes worth of time. And you don't want to be impolite, but
no, you
also don't. You have to set that boundary of like, okay, cool, I got to kick push here, man. I gotta move forward. It's one of those type of keys.
I don't know. Sometimes I feel I want to be impolite.
Oh yeah. Well, there are some people that the only thing that's going to get through to them is being impolite. There's some people where you got to look at me like, okay, we're done here.
Yeah.
I've said it a bunch of times. Look, man, I stopped listening about 45 minutes ago. I'm done. I'm done with this conversation. I can't. I don't have the mental ability to continue to pretend to be part of this conversation.
Well, time's reaching up until a little bit of a close for our conversation. What are some give people just inspirational advice, man? Inspirational words like you usually do. Give me a little montage to close the show off. To
one of the key things
ways we feel better.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
One of the key things that is really something that I've been looking at, and something that I think is key for humans, is we need to give ourselves more grace. We'll give somebody 1.5 million chances, but we won't give ourselves a second thought. That's something that you really have to work harder towards. And that's something that when you really want to change that mindset, start caring about the self first. There's a time to be selfish, and that's really necessary. And it's one of those things of like when you're editing your phone, does this number give me joy? No, later. And that's just kind of way it goes. And if that person decides to reconnect with you, dope, they're going to reconnect with you. But if not, dope, I have more storage space in my phone. I can take 17 more pictures. Just the way things rock and roll. Or for me, I can take, video, audio clips. I have 1 million audio clips on my phone. Just song ideas and different aspects there. My voice memos, as Cheshky once said, when we die, they're going to look at our voice memos and think we're crazy. And they're not wrong.
Not at all.
But you really gotta give yourself more grace. You really gotta to care more about the self itself. You can't You know, they talk. There was this parable in the Bible
Mhm.
about the splinter of wood. When you know, you can't take the splinter of wood out of your neighbor's eye when you have a giant plank of wood staying out your own. So address you first, and then we can all get a little better, and we can all get along.
One day at a time. We will get along.
One day at a time, building
Oh,
bridges.
we love you. On WNHHLP 103.5 FM New Haven, myself, Preston, and my partner in crime, Long Island raised, Elm City made, Mr. EZ BlueZ. Thank you, everybody.
Wondering what to write about, trying to figure out what it's all about. Existentialist, am I worth anything or just a scout? I don't know.